Hello, all you hardcores. Today I'm joined by Ian making his debut. How are you doing, Ian?
Morning, Russ. I'm doing well, thank you, sir. Thank
Good,
you for
good.
inviting me on the channel.
No problem. Whereabouts are you from, Ian?
Orpington in Kent.
Oh, you're a Kent lad, are you?
Yeah, South London. Yeah, and then just a bit further down in towards in Kent.
Brilliant. How long have you been a boxing fan, Ian?
All my life. I'm at retirement age now. Been a big boxing fan all my life, going way back in the day. Listening to John H. Tracy fight for the world title on sort of radio, etc. And I've been enjoying your channel immensely over the last few years too.
Brilliant, brilliant. So you believe in all this hardcore stuff that I've started?
Well, the problem is now everyone lives in the world of spin, and you just say it as it is. And unfortunately, we've got so many people now twisting and turning all the correct information. It's quite bizarre. So it's quite refreshing when you say that it is, even to someone like Carl Froch, who's a good friend of yours, and he's obviously having a couple of issues at the moment as well, isn't he? As we know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, he's crossed the street and he wanted to be hardcore, a bigger version of me, but he realised that you don't get access and you get the cold shoulder, so he's had to fall into line, which inside I know would kill him.
Well, he started his channel when it grew and grew and grew, and I think a lot of that was because hardcore boxing fans were enjoying the content. And as you
Yeah.
say, got the call from Turkey. He went out there for the Ring magazine, the dinner in London, and he did an interview, and everything seems to have changed. I mean, I did listen to his interview last night, and he implied that the Conor Benn interview he had to be careful what he said. Otherwise, it wouldn't be published. So you've just answered it in a T.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a shame. It's a shame. I mean, we don't see his wife no more, and it's quite a tame channel now. But
I wonder why she's not on there no more. I wonder if they've been told not to put her on. I'm not sure. It's all a bit odd, isn't it?
very more questions than answers, I'm afraid. And it's a shame because he's a straight shooter, and he's just completely changed. It's as if he's working off a script now.
Yeah. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Okay then. Well, we'll do the heavy stuff tomorrow, but we'll just have a light-hearted one today. Ben Whittaker. People are saying Adidas have dropped him like they did Shannon Courtney. What do you think? Because he went on his shorts, was it, the other night?
No, well, he was the golden boy, wasn't he? The
Yeah,
golden boy offered something a little bit different, trying to be a little bit like Naz in the day without the skill set. I mean, I would imagine Adidas are very brand sensitive. Um, the tip out of the ring, the way he's been talking, in the interviews. Liam Cameron's been an absolute gentleman. The way he took the loss, so you could be right. Maybe they're all stepping away. I mean, he certainly he was getting booed in the ring in his hometown, which is unheard of, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. It's a strange one. Uh, Steve Collins is on Talksport. He's throwing his son's hat into the mix to fight the Ben Eubank winner. What do you think to that? Do you think they're all coming out at woodwork now who've been boxers and with this gimmick bullshit?
Well, boxing used to be a purist sport, and now we're at a situation it's almost entertainment only. I mean, the amount of money that they're earning for what they've achieved in the sport is just crazy. And Steve Collins is thinking, well, if I can hook this one up, he might even get a really heavy payday. It won't happen, Russ. It won't happen. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with this fight. I've got personal concerns over it. I don't like this rehydration clause. He's getting older now. I mean, he doesn't look great at 160. I just pray to God we don't have an accident in the ring because I think Eddie Hearn's playing with fire here, personally.
There.
I do. It worries me a little bit. It does. I mean, they shoot from the hip, saying that this kid's fantastic, but they're tying down Eubank. I mean, he fought George Groves some years ago, and he put a good performance up, but he was at 168. I mean, they're boiling him down to 160, and then they're going to tap. Is it 10 or 12 pounds the restriction, Russ?
I think it's 12, is it?
But that's in the morning by 10 o'clock, so he hasn't got that amount of time to rehydrate. I mean, it could go two ways. This, I don't know. I'll be interested to see the interviews as the weeks go on. But I mean, he's a master at the PR. I mean, he tied Eddie Hearns in knots. I mean, did you watch the two interviews that
Yeah,
he
I've
did?
seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
Absolutely gold. I mean, he's a very smart kid, but my gut feeling is I don't think the fight's going to be particularly good. I don't think it's a sellout. I do think there's still tickets to be purchased, but this fight's not for the purists, is it? It's for
No.
the casual.
Can I just say, Liam Cameron weighed 158 for Sheedy, 158 for Genman, and Chris Smedley, his coach, they had this nutrition guy on board, and he used to have a 7,000 calorie drink afterwards. But Liam could put £21 on from 158 because there were nothing in him. He looked skeletal. £21. He go from
Uh,
158 to 179 as a middleweight. That's why he looked massive in the Sheedy fight and Genman fight. But so and Canelo used to put £20 on. But I personally believe we should bring back weigh-ins on the same day. What are your thoughts on that, Ian?
I just get very scared about it's a very dangerous sport. And what worries me is dehydration is lethal. Um, I don't know, Russ. Question mark. I mean, it could be a good idea. I mean, flipping back to Eubank, has he got time to get weight back on from 10 o'clock in the morning until he does the ring walk?
No, I don't think so, do you?
No, no. So he's going to go in there weak, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. I don't
And
think Eubank will be his strongest, and I think they're looking to give Conor Ben every advantage because they keep saying he's coming up from welterweight, but he's been a light middle for 3 years, and Chris Eubank Jr. has been a middleweight for 5.5 years, so there's not that much difference. And I think they're just doing all this for PR, all this about weight and rehydrations and that. But surely to God, didn't Barry Hearn learn anything and Eddie Hearn from the Michael Watson Eubank Senior fight where they fought for a vacant 168 in the rematch because the first was at middleweight, if you remember, all those years ago. And
correct.
but they made them fight at 164 for a 168 belt. So that £4, according to the doctor's report, made the difference with Michael Watson. And that's why he ended up with £1 million from the Board of Control. They had to sell the building in London, if you remember. And they're now working out of a semi-detached house in Cardiff. Do you think it's right that there's the hydration clauses and all that when there's not a world title online?
No. I mean, Crawford's fighting Canelo, and they're just going to go in at the weight, and that's exactly what it is. What it stinks of is that Eddie Hearn doesn't think that Ben can beat Eubank unless they tie him back with his weight restriction, and that's it, really, isn't it? Everyone in the boxing world seems to think if he comes in strong enough, he will bully him around the ring. And funny enough, Liam Cameron said that he's going to go down now to super middleweight because he just felt that he was in the ring and they're too big for him. So
What did
I
I
think
say other day about that?
100%.
What did I say? What happens is when a fighter loses, right? Normally they get to sack the trainer, but the trainer can make it political and fire back and say, "No, you're fighting it wrong weight and that. Let's get nutrition on board and go down back to this weight because she were always that weight anyway." They start giving him a load of shit. So why were he fighting at light heavyweight anyway? I'll tell you why. Laziness. Your body just doesn't decide you're a bigger weight when you're in your 30s. It's laziness.
Yeah, I mean, you bang on. Yeah, I mean, the problem is it's if you get a couple of losses on your belt, your history, tumbleweed. So I think he came across very genuine. I have to say, I don't know anything about Liam Cameron apart from just the recent fights, but I have to say I like the way he come across. Very polite, very eloquent. But unfortunately, in this modern world, that doesn't sell tickets. They want all this Tyson Fury effing and jeffing and the Conor Ben shouting and screaming. But I don't know why, because there's nothing nicer when you've got two guys just go in there doing their job.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Uh, there's a rumor doing the rounds. Frankie Gavin's going to fight on one of them BKB shows. Bare knuckle.
No,
What do you think to that?
it's tragic if that's the case. Has he got money issues?
I don't know. I don't really. I don't know. He's all right, Frankie. He's actually a nice kid. He likes to
Yeah.
party, from what I've heard. But maybe it might add a bit of glamour to it. You know, with him being an ex-World Championship gold medalist and former British champ.
Isn't it nice though when they just retire and stay retired?
Yeah, it's like Nathan Cleverly and Carl Zaggy. They've had the time and they've moved on, haven't they?
Lennox Lewis, yeah, of course.
James DeGale, you don't see them hanging out at back of social media, do you?
He's disappeared, hasn't he?
James DeGale, well, he's got properties, he gets his rent.
Good.
He does a bit of training at a local gym, James DeGale, with some amateur kids a couple of times a week, keeps his son in good nick, stays out that way, goes about his life, and I've got no but respect for him. Whereas George Groves, we can't get him off social media, can we?
I'm a bit of a George Groves fan because I actually
Oh yeah,
felt he made well.
he's all right, Grovesy boy, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I did a Q&A dinner with Matchmaker Promotions up in Nottingham, and it was a sit down. In fact, Carl come across excellent. He put a big shift in, went round talking to people afterwards. But yeah, Groves is right lad. I think one of the biggest problems is Russ when they retire, they don't know what to do. I mean, it's either punditry. They just get lost. Some of them. I fear for boxers. I really do. I mean, 1 minute they're a hero, and the next minute it's over. And I'm quite surprised that James DeGale hasn't been interviewed this week. But obviously, as you say, he's got other things in his life now. He's hung his gloves up and he's moving off to do other things.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Well, good luck to James DeGale.
Yeah.
Uh, somebody's emailed in. I forgot who, so I do apologise. Can I mention Fury versus Lennox Lewis's CV? Who's the best CV, Fury or Lennox?
No comparison is there. I mean,
Yeah.
Fury's he's got holes in it like a tennis racket. No, I mean Lennox Lewis is class above. Yeah, it's not even worth discussion, really, is it?
No. No, it isn't. Well, Lennox has got 14 wins over world champions. Tyson Fury's got four. An old man, Vladimir, two over Wilder,
Yeah.
and one over an old man in Steve Cunningham who was stepping up from cruiser to heavyweight, and that were life and death. Vladimir one was a stinker. Uh, and you know when you're fighting guys like Ngannou and his debut and White and Chisora, but doing them as pay-per-view, I think it's pretty embarrassing, really. His CV's got more holes in it than Swiss cheese.
Well, he's just the master at making money, isn't he?
Yeah, that's all they're good for. That's all they're bothered about, that lot. Okay, Barry Hearn's been on Talksport defending Conor Benn, saying he's been found. He's been exonerated and that. But Simon Jordan's saying, well, if he's exonerated, show us the findings. What do you think to that?
Well, we know exactly what's happened. He's thrown £1 million allegedly at the best lawyers you possibly can, and he's got off on some technicality
Yeah.
and sitting on the fence. It saddens me. I don't know if any of you out there have heard of a guy called Gabriel Montoya. He's a PD journalist in America.
Yeah, I've heard of him. I've seen his video. Me and Julia McGowan have watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, he comes out. I didn't realise, but it's a complicated process. This with clomiphene, that it's a masking agent, but it's never going to come out the truth. We're going to see a lot more at the weekend. We're going to see him in the ring. I don't think he's that good a boxer, personally. That's my view. I think Liam Smith would.
Marketing, it's marketing what they've done in it with Ben in it. I mean, they've turned this negative with drug testing into into him being like a big PR machine. I mean, they're talking Netflix reality TV for Ben family, aren't they now? And this is where we're at the moment, rewarding drug cheats like Fury, a free time, free issues. Ben's had two issues, and these people are just getting rewarded, aren't they?
They are. I mean, Dillian White disappeared for a few months. I don't know
Yeah.
why the boxing. In fact, another question for you, Russ: has Conor Benn got a British Boxing Border Control license?
Yeah, he's got a border control one now. Robert Smith's come out and said they've given one, yeah.
Okay, all right. So I didn't know whether he was fighting under another another like Luxembourg or something. Okay, I just find the whole thing tragic. I really do. And everyone, and it's exactly what you said about Carl. Everyone is frightened to ask a direct question because access is removed.
Yeah, why don't somebody from media come out and say Opie Price and Lee Wood haven't fought since 7th of October. Opie Price, the next big thing is in his weight class, 25-year-old he is now. 12 and 0, and Lee Wood a world champion. Nobody's asking why they've been inactive since October 2023. Not one person has asked, but they all fucking know.
Yeah, and I don't know where the future holds now because it just seems to be the lunatics are running the asylum.
Yeah, the lunatics are running the asylum. What do you think to Crusher Ben and Eddie Hills? Hills, the 7 and 0 Iceman from Billy Ricky, 5 by way of course, smoking up and down near the press conference in a Ferrari and shouting out about it's on site if we see Eubank. What is all that about? Privately school educated kids behaving like that.
I have no idea. I mean, you a few months ago that you actually came out with something quite good. You said that you felt that Matchroom was in decline, and I am starting to see it all unravel now. I'm
Yeah,
wondering, I'm wondering now if he's just literally hanging in there just
cash
to pick.
grab.
Yeah,
Well, who've
yeah,
they got in the UK, really? We've got Crusher Ben, a two-time drug cheat, never won a belt, area English, British, Commonwealth, European and world. They're still high up in welterweight rankings, not fought there for 3 years. This makes the sport look absolutely stupid. He's in a fight that's going to get him 6.5 guaranteed and 8 million on the upside if they hit certain targets. So they're going to have to try and get that other 1.5 million. So they're throwing out it's on site, screaming up and down in Ferraris, big interviews, lie detector tests, eggs on the face, and like they're really going for this other 1.5 mil, aren't they, on upside?
yeah. And you can thank Eubank for that because obviously he's got everyone talking about the
Well, they're
fight. The fight.
playing the parts, aren't they? He's the good cop, Ben's the bad cop. That's the roles they've been given by old man Hearn, Barry Epstein. That's how it looks to me. It's a bit like the snooker, innit? They give them all nicknames back in the day, didn't they? And all told them to live up to the nicknames. You know, Whirlwind White, Ronnie the Rocket, Hurricane Higgins, Steve Davis, the boring, interesting nugget, all that. I mean, they got Steve Davis on Spitting Image, the most boringest plank of wood to ever pick up a snooker cue. Do you know what I mean?
I, I don't know. What worries me, Russ, say something happens on Saturday night. How's that going to affect boxing? Because they tried to push the fight through when he failed a test, and they were trying to get him in at 157.
I don't know. Is it possible, Ian, that so one of these on Saturday night it could all blow up in everybody's face after everything that's gone on since the drug test first appeared, you know, the first failure, since it came to light end of September, beginning of October 2023. Is it possible? And don't forget, drug testing was mega hot in 2023. They really went after everybody, especially from that August period up to Christmas. And it's slackened off now, but is it possible, right, that one of these could end up on slab?
It worries me terribly. Yeah, it does. It really does. And then what's going to happen is everyone's going to come out of the woodwork trying to ban boxing.
What do you make about old man Eubank squealing like a pig and saying it's not going to happen and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Do you feel it's because he's on the outside looking in?
I personally think he's not a well man. I think he's carrying the terrible guilt of what happened all those years ago.
Yeah.
Of his son passed away a year or so ago. He doesn't look well, does he? Can you see him in the pictures? And
Yeah, he looks a bit gaunt, doesn't he, old man
very,
Eubank?
yeah, I just I don't know. I mean, when he was training his son, he wanted to be front and center, which when your kids grow up, you want them to take over and lead from the front. But he just doesn't look well. And I think he's very worried about the fight as well. I mean, he spooked me a little bit by some of the things he said. I just hope my gut feelings are wrong and everything's fine. But the fight itself, Russ, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be an enjoyable watch?
Uh, well, there's a lot of hype around it. Pair of them, you'd say Eubank, you could say he's British level, maybe just as squeaking as British level at middleweight. The other one, you'd say he's area level at light middle. I don't even think he wins an English title at light middle. Do I think it's going to be a good fight? I think it's probably going to be a decent-ish fight until Eubank gets his range after he's weathered the first 4 or 5 rounds, and then I think he'll drown Crusher. Oh, let's have it right. Crusher's not getting any younger. He's 29 in September.
Yeah.
I think he'll drown him, Crusher, after round 6, round 7. He'll just pick him off, and I think it'll be so easy. In the clinches is where you're going to see him wear him out. Uh, and Crusher's all right. And didn't he like his dad? He hasn't really got much of a jab, has he? He's just looking to unload all the time, isn't he? And I think he'd be easy, very easy work for Eubank, very easy.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have the best jab in the world, did he, Chris? But I think he's been working on that. I mean, do you think that Connor's just going to come out then, just rush him straight from
Yeah, I
the
think he's
first?
got no choice. I think that's his only chance, to be honest.
And I think that's a good call of yours. If he just weathers the storm for 3 or 4 rounds and then he can start picking him off. I mean, we saw some of his early fights. He got knocked down twice, didn't he, against that Frenchman?
Yeah.
He weren't a big
He
puncher.
couldn't knock an N over then, could he?
You called him hands of foam, don't you? You do make me laugh.
Hands of foam is like Campbell Hatton, hands of foam. And that were another disaster, wasn't it? Campbell
Yeah.
Hatton. What did you make of all that? I mean,
Well, that
we
one.
called that from beginning, didn't we, really?
Yeah, and it was sad because the lad wanted to become great, but realised he didn't have the boxing skills. And Eddie Hearn again, they hype it all up.
They hyped it
Snake,
all up as the next big thing, and then once they realised he were pony, they sent him on his way, didn't they? That rate on
but
your way, lad.
it's
Go
gone.
get a job in your dad's gym.
I think Eddie Hearn will just pray that this is a close fight, so they can do
Yeah,
another.
they're going to want controversy, aren't they? So they can say, "Let's play it again, Sam."
Do you think that Dint Head actually runs Queensbury, or do you think it's George?
I think Dinted's calling shots behind the scenes. He's not going to
Do
be
you,
as active as the others, is he? He's there on end at phone. He calls the shots. Trust me, he's
his son
calling.
seems to be a very clever operator, very camera shy.
Who is?
Um, his son George.
No, I think he comes across all right when he does interviews. He's
Yeah,
not big on interviews, but I think he
doesn't
comes across as a right smart kid, him actually.
yeah, I think so too.
I
I
think
think he's a
Alfie Warren's a smart kid as well. I think they're very shrewd. They've learnt off their dads, haven't they, them lads? I
yeah,
think that, and George is it not George Francis? I
Francis.
think they all get it, and I think that they'll do all right. I think they'll see Eddie Hills off eventually because I don't see Eddie knock. Once Joshua and Conor Ben's done, I think they're out at game at UK with boxing.
They've got nothing left, have they?
Now they'll wait and wait for an opportunity to try and pinch an Olympic gold medalist. But they didn't really do much. Luke Campbell, he never won anything more than a Commonwealth, did he?
No, I mean he was going to be but he did. Well, he was a bit unlucky when he come across Garcia and who else did he lose to?
Lomachenko, yeah, but
Yeah,
if you want to talk medals, Luke Campbell, this is how messed up boxing is. Luke Campbell, I know where his gaff is in all. He lives in a big, massive, massive gaff next to River Humber, right near Humber Bridge. But he never won any, and he's a millionaire, but he never won anything above a Commonwealth title. He didn't win a British, he didn't win a World, a European. But the guy is absolutely minted. So good luck to him. And that's how the Hearns work it. They talk legacy, but really it's pound notes.
Yeah, and that's it. And then I love it when someone's done well in boxing. I really do
Yeah.
financially. So many of them finish their career with nothing, which is tragic because it's the most brutal sport, isn't it?
Absolutely brutal, like you could never imagine. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think, Russ?
Hardest sport in the world, kid.
Oh, just I can't even imagine how brave these boys are. Do you think Barry Hearn is going to step back in and take over? Now his son's
No,
ruling it.
no, now that his son's messed it all up, no, I don't think he is. I think he's ready for Knacker's yard. Look, I've just seen him on Talksport this morning. He looks dug up, old Bazza. He looks dug up. He needs to stick to terrorising snooker people and giving tip-offs to certain snooker players when drug testing agencies are in hotel. That's what he needs to stick to because there's no consistency with snooker. 1 minute they're handing out 12-year bans to Stephen Lee, 12-year, right, for fixing, and then John Higgins does it, and look what happened there. It all went away, didn't it?
That's what happens. I mean,
That's what happens. So there's no consistency. No, so don't talk to me about consistency, Barry Epstein. That's how I look at it. But no, I don't think he'll get involved in boxing again. I think everybody thinks he's a crank. He's an absolute loose cannon. He needs to stick to fishing in back garden. That's what I think.
yeah, I think I personally think that Matchroom's in decline. I'd be interested to see if DAZN actually renew his contract when it comes up for renewal.
Well, we'll see. Do you think they'll get back on Sky with boxing? They're angling for it, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, old Ben, he sits there and they all shoot bullets at him, and he takes it on the chin. Frank Warren hates him. I just, and he had such a tough time, Dinthead, when he was trying to Bricktop when he was trying to come through the ranks, because all the old boys, the cartel, sort of throws him out, and he's doing exactly the same to Ben. Um, wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Eddie will do anything for a pound note. So if the deal's over, he'll go back to Sky if they'll have him.
Yeah. Do you see DAZN being this big force now that Turkey's behind them, or what? What do you think?
I think worldwide it is. Yeah, I think it's the future. I do. I mean, terrestrial TV's dead now, isn't it? The younger generation now don't watch telly like we used to. So streaming seems to be the future. I think DAZN, I thought originally they're going to struggle, but they seem to be picking up more and more sports. Um, I mean, BT have just rolled over now, haven't they, with TNT, sorry, with the boxing. So, and I even see they've been taking a couple of the commentators into DAZN as well, because I've got to say their commentary is awful for the
Yeah, I
box.
mean we've got Darren Barker, aka Married into Matchroom, absolute, complete and utter lick arse on punditry. Whenever the away fighter lands a shot, he doesn't say a word. But when the home fighter throws one, he's like, "Oh, he's winging him in now." Do you know what I
And
mean?
Tony, well, exactly the same, identical. You know, Cole Frampton seems a good lad. He says it as it is.
Yeah, he's a good pundit, isn't
Yeah, I like him, and he's moved over as well to DAZN now, so that's good.
he? Good, good.
Will you watch it on Saturday?
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'm probably gonna get one of them fucking them links that somebody sends me, but. If not, well, I've been told we've got to pay for it, so because people around me want to watch it, so I'll be like, "Ugh." But what can you
No.
do? This is how it gets you, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's one of them, isn't it? We don't really want to subscribe, but we're probably going to, aren't
We
we?
want to watch it because it's car. We like car crash, don't we? Can't do
But
100 videos about it before and after, and then
when
not watch it. And this is how they get you. You see, they get you to watch it because we all want to see Crusher get put on Button Moon. That's what it is, isn't it? Basically. So
you
they've
imagine
all
if,
played the parts, haven't they? Really, and we've all fueled it, haven't we? I guess so.
we all have, because we're all talking about it. Yeah, but wouldn't it be funny if he walked into a right hand in the first 5 seconds?
Oh, if he got poleaxed in round one, that'd be it, wouldn't it? Everybody would be booing, wouldn't they? And you won't put it past Eubank not doing that, would you?
Well, I'll be interested in the ring walk actually, because Chris Eubank gets booed every time. I wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Absolute craziness. So, all right then, Ian. Well, listen, it's been a great debut from you,
Well,
and I
appreciate
look
it.
forward to having you on tomorrow, and we'll do an in-depth one tomorrow morning. How's about
Russ,
that, mate?
thanks for reaching out. I've been watching the channel for a long time, and it was kind of you to invite me on.
No problem, Ian. You're welcome on here anytime, mate. You take care.
Yeah, cheers, buddy. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Bye. Well, that were Ian from Kent. Women love him, men want to be him. That was his debut. I thought he spoke very clearly and very good. So, James, that's how you should be when you're on here. All right, James, do you mind getting on your soapbox? Take care. Everybody, have a great Thursday. Pop, pop, bang.